So we just want to take a look at the tabla themselves before we start getting into playing them and looking at the construction of these. So first thing you'll notice is that it's two drums, referred to quite often as the dayan and the bayan. There are some different terminology. One thing you need to be aware of is that because of regional differences in language, you'll sometimes hear different terms for particular things. We're going to talk about probably the most common terms, but just don't be shocked if you suddenly hear someone refer to something slightly differently. That happens. I mean, it is an oral tradition as well. So, but we have the bass drum and the treble, so the baya and the daya. You'll notice that this is made of metal. Generally, it's quite often made of copper, and it might be covered with a coating as well, so that you'll see ones that are sort of brass colored, and you'll see ones that are silver like this. So this is made of metal, but in older times, sometimes this was actually made out of ceramic, and you can still find those at times as well. But these days, mostly metal is the way that these are made. And this is made out of a hardwood, either rosewood or shisham, but it's a heavy, dense hardwood, and it's made out of a single piece that's been carved out. And you'll find out that better quality tabla, generally, particularly the daya, is a bit heavy on this. The different parts of this, just to understand, so the heads or the puris are made out of goat skin. And there's actually three layers. You can't see the under layer of it. So you've got the edge, the middle skin, and then actually underneath there's actually another layer of skin. And on that we have the siahi, which is sort of a secret ingredient of fish glue and charcoal and iron filings, and I mean it's a big art to putting this together. You notice that we have that on both of these. We have tuning straps as well. These are generally made out of either buffalo skin or camel, or even these days sometimes there's some nylon strapping, so you'll see that sometimes now. And same thing on the bayan, although one thing that's interesting about Benares tabla players, quite often you'll see that these are made out of rope rather than skin. So there's some variety in the way that the drums are constructed. And you have tuning pegs that are designed for tuning the instrument as well. And if we're talking about the portion, particularly of the tabla here, you have the edge sound, which is generally referred to as the kinar. You have the maidan, or the middle section. And this is sometimes called the siahi, or sometimes it's called the gab as well. And it's important to know these things because the different strokes that you make will be on different portions of the instrument. And same thing here, although we don't necessarily hit on the edge with the bayan quite as much.